All right, so we are at the Goodwill today. We are on a brand new camera. I have not used this camera before, but Jeffrey had this camera in Ohio, and I was very smitten with it, and I said, I need that camera. So it's got a stabilizer in it. I'm hoping it'll be a little less shaky for you guys. Super excited. But we're about to head into Goodwill and see what we can find that we can flip for a profit. So here we go. Well, today I decided to start in the lamp section, and I found a lamp shade. It is vintage, it is not antique, but it is reverse painted, which I like. This one was similar, but the inside was not reverse painted. So I passed on that one. But this one, once you put a bulb in it, you can actually see the color shine through it. And so it's not one I would typically pick up, but because it was reverse painted, I grabbed it. Now this lamp right here is a boudoir lamp. It is metal, it is cast. Unfortunately, it appears as though someone has painted it. But after much deliberation and seeing the price of only $3.99, I decide that because it is vintage, I will take it. And it would look nice with the shade. So there we go. This was just plastic, that's why I ignored it, but I wanted to point that out to everyone who says, you missed the Tiffany style shade. No, it was just plastic. I guess that's still technically Tiffany style, but no thank you. Now, I do go through the baskets like I do every time, but there's just not a whole lot in the basket section. Now, you can see that they have been pulling here at this Goodwill. Pulling means that they're just preparing the shelves for more things. And so I like to see pulling because then I go back in a few days and there is new stuff on the shelves. This right here, I didn't even realize there was matching bowls next to it, but I liked the peacock. I did not like that it was modern, so I passed. Now over here, I noticed this vintage drippolator, which I've seen these go relatively, some do well, some do not. But it is a drippolator. I believe there is a piece missing that would have went between the lid and whatnot. But I like the pattern on it, and I decided to grab that because it was a vintage teapot. I always check the china here because I did get some Royal Dalton cream soup cups here once, and they were relatively valuable. And so I always check the china here when I'm at this Goodwill. This little bunny was really cute. I thought maybe it could be Bunnykins, but it was Lefton, and so no thank you. And Pier 1, it gets me every time. You can tell it's daytime because my birds are screaming. These were little trinket boxes. I did not like the original price of $2.99 on the bottom, obviously. Here we've got some Silver Crest. I like Silver Crest, especially decorating for winter. It kind of reminds me of ice. And so I grabbed that. These plates were worth at least checking out. However, there was damage. You can see the crack there. So I didn't really bother with those. This, I was trying to figure out what it said under the tag, but that packing tape was a huge deterrent. Up here, we've got some West Highland Terriers, but I did not grab those. We've got some Pyrex on the bottom shelf. It is brown and orange, which is a fall color. Maybe I should have grabbed it, but I just wasn't really feeling it. I liked this. It was $1.99. It was modern. I was thinking that if there is no resale value, I would gift it to Juliet because it does remind me of the cat that we had that passed away from old age. Samsy cat is what we called it because it was Samson until we figured out it was a girl, and then it was Samsy. This right here, I liked it. It was a hobbyist piece. You could see the initials on the bottom, so I passed on it. Oh wait, what is this? We've got moonstone. We've got a little moonstone basket and a little moonstone vase. These do not have a super high resale value, but paired together, I can make a profit on them, so I grabbed those. Now we do have this creamer here, and I check it out because I like creamers, obviously. I buy them all the time. I do like the design on it, but it does not have a sugar to go with it, and so I passed. Always checking the china. Like I said, I've found good china at this Goodwill, and so I'm holding on to hope that eventually I will find some more. I liked this picture right here. I feel as though I've looked at it before, and I suspect that it is a hobbyist piece that was not marked on the bottom. This set, I liked the lines of it a lot. It kind of had mid-century lines. However, there was only a sugar and not a creamer. I did decide to peek a little bit at the purses. This one caught my eye, which is weird. There's something about those denim purses that I've got to think for, but I feel like they don't have a very high resale value, so I did not even bother to pick it up. This vase, I thought that the characters on it were interesting. I'm not sure what exactly they are, but I just didn't like the weight of the piece, and so I left that. We've got teacups here. I usually leave the teacups and the teapots to Andrew because I'm just not very good at them. This was Royal Albert, but that's an Andrew thing. He's really good at teacups and teapots, and I think it's because at his mother's house, she has a whole collection. I liked this. It says handmade on the bottom, but it is in German. I really liked it, but since it was only a single and it did have a little bitty chip on the rim, we passed. I considered getting this for Andrew, but he's got so much of the bicentennial stuff that I just pass up most of it now. That had mushrooms on it, but it also had a chip on it. The bottom of this, I believe, says Italy. I liked that it was stoneware. I liked the shape of it. I liked the earthen tones. And so this one does make its way into my cart. This puppy was so cute. He kind of reminded me of the plushes. Now I grabbed this, which I normally wouldn't grab, but the reason I grabbed it is because I recently grabbed some bird plaques at another Goodwill, and those did very well on eBay. And so I thought perhaps the owl would also perform very well on eBay, and I grabbed it. This was such a heartbreaker. It was 99 cents. It was check glass. However, it was missing its lid, and I am convinced that there is some sort of conspiracy of the Goodwill, this specific Goodwill, where there is never a lid for anything. Because this is the same place I got the biscuit jars with no lids, and nothing ever has a lid at this Goodwill. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to channel my Thrift or Junker Vintage Hunter, and this is now an airplane vessel. And you could put an airplane in it. This was cute, but it was $3.99. I felt like that was a bit much for a little cup and saucer. Also, appeared to be missing a lid. The lid is missing. It's a conspiracy. They are doing something with all the lids. Everything is lidless. This was a souvenir ashtray. It appears it is marked porcelain on the back in, I believe, what is German. I had to look at the plates. It's just a thing. I had to at least turn them over and see what the back says. And once I've done that, and I feel good about it, I can set them back down and move on with my life. I liked the drapery style of this vase, but I get the sense that it's not a very high resale value item. I feel like I've seen it before. I feel like it's Teleflora or something of that nature. You can see they're restocking. It's always exciting when they're restocking. Now, I did like the shape of this one. It was $1.99. It was an amethyst glass. I liked the elegant shape of it, and I liked the ruffled edge, so I did grab that. We've got another little cup and saucer here. This one is $2.99. It was not marked anywhere. I liked the contrast of the pink and the green. However, for $2.99, I was struggling, which is silly because I spent so much in antique malls, but I couldn't do $2.99. We've got another little bowl here. This was wooden, but it was not anything special. Now, I did spot these plates down here. This one had me some sort of way. I really liked the little house on it. This one was it was a mix of transfer and hand painted. But this one had a little house on it. And it would have come in a set. There would have been a set of them. And I kind of went back and forth. I did put it in my cart. However, I will tell you now, I did end up putting it back. I don't often do that, but I did. The more I thought about it, the more I thought that this would have had a set. And what good is one bowl without its set? This planter was marked USA. I liked the green, but it was meh. We've got a swan here. It was 99 cents. I did not like the weight of it or the sloppy molding. I left it. Up here we have an owl. He was very, very lightweight and very judgmental, and I didn't want to take him with me. And then I spotted this. And there was just something about this piece that spoke to me. And I'm not sure exactly what it was, but I really, really liked this. I kind of looked it over to see if there was any more markings on it or indicators, but we've got a signature. That's fantastic. And I think mostly it just reminded me of being a kid on the beach, because I did grow up in New England and I spent a lot of time on the beach. And I liked it. I liked it a lot. We've got some more artwork down here. Nice winter scene. I liked that one, but it was not an original artwork. I tend to gravitate more towards original artworks than I do prints. And a piece really has to speak to me. There we go. There's a wine and dine piece. I liked this, and I'm not sure what it is, but I liked the intricacy of it. It's probably from Target. I don't know what it is about this mug, but I had to peel the sticker. And it says Natural Elements. It was $1.99. I feel like I can make $8 to $12. It's just a run-of-the-mill mug, so it's worth it. This piece, I thought maybe could be crystal. I didn't like those mold marks on the bottom. I passed. Here we've got some really very high gold gilded cups. And I always look at these. I don't often buy them. This was like a whole bundle of Delft candlesticks. Unfortunately, 3 out of the 4 were damaged, and so they were not worth it to me. This piece was interesting. This was actually attached to the underplate. I believe it may have been a toothpick holder, but having an underplate, it doesn't really make sense. Now, I did really like this teacup. This is a teacup that I would probably grab. Unfortunately, no matter how hard I looked, I could not find a saucer to go with it. Up here, I found a sugar that goes with our creamer that we saw at the very beginning of the video. However, it was missing its lid. Go figure. Can you believe it? Missing its lid. I'm telling you, it's a conspiracy. They are stashing all the lids in the back. I liked this. But it was $3.99. We've got a sake set here. I liked the glaze on these, and I did decide to take a closer look. I liked that I like the speckled glazes. I don't know why, but I do. And I had to finagle them out without the tape sticking to my hand. And they had a sticker on the bottom. The sticker to me was kind of a turnoff. Don't really care for stickers, except for sometimes when they say Holt Howard. That's really an exception. They didn't say Holt Howard. We've got some EAPG here. Obviously, it's Stag and something or other. It had a lot of chipping on it. I don't care for chipping on EAPG, but usually it's just a given. Down here, I found a covered casserole dish, and I believe that we have a matching piece in our possession right now that Eric brought to us, but I wasn't sure, so I didn't grab it. But I'm pretty sure that we have a matching piece. Now, I do always browse through the Christmas. I don't always show it. I'm usually looking for vintage Christmas, and it usually doesn't deliver. It's usually pretty picked through. I feel like a lot of people come in looking specifically for vintage Christmas, so I very rarely find anything vintage in the Christmas section. But I did find this little recipe box, and I liked the design on it. It was in the Christmas section. I don't know why, but I did like the colors. I liked the design. I took it. We've got a little Bradley doll. I believe this is Bradley doll, made in Korea. And this little planter here, he was adorable, but he had a giant crack down the back. Now, I did wander back through some of the aisles, and I spotted this. This is tinsel art, and it's for Van Halen. I am not the best with music and television shows, but I have heard of Van Halen before, so I grabbed that. And I also checked out this box. It was a cedar-lined box. I liked the embellishments on it. I thought it was nice, but it was $4.99, which it's a box. I felt like that was high for a box. It was nice. It had some good handles on there, but I just couldn't do it for $4.99. So then I spotted this mug up here on the top, and I just thought it was fun because I love seeing sold on my listings. It was 99 cents, and it's a sold tag. And so who doesn't love seeing sold? This glass caught my eye. I loved seeing the animals on it. I liked the graphics. They weren't worn like they'd been through the dishwasher, but unfortunately, the other glasses in the box did not match. It was just a single. This plate, I always look at the back of these plates because Eric has taught me that some of them can be worth money. Now I decided to do the outside loop here against the arrows. Please don't judge me. I usually follow them when it's crowded. But I spotted this piece right here, and it had a little label on the inside, which I believe talks about where it was sold, possibly who made it. I'm not sure. But in any case, I did like this piece. It was signed on the bottom and dated, and it was $4.99. there wasn't a whole lot else here in this aisle, but I at least wanted to check if there was anything hiding. Like these. These were nice. They were not nice enough though. So I set the vase into my cart, giving everyone cart anxiety, and that was it. I feel like that was a pretty successful trip to the Goodwill. Our total spend was right around $40. I think 41. So that's pretty good. We got some really great stuff. I'm excited for all the glass we got. We didn't get any exceptional glass pieces, but we got some good glass pieces. So, yeah, pretty. I like the artwork too. I really like that artwork piece. It was really well done. It wasn't one of those wine and paint pieces that I come across all the time. It was very nicely executed. So I was happy with the artwork as well. But I feel like we got some good pieces today. I am going to go find some sushi now. They've got a really good sushi place right around the corner, and I'm gonna go grab some. And I'll see all of you guys tomorrow. Later.
My family calls it my superpower. It's my ability to see value in things that other people might overlook.